I'm feeling silly. Welcome back to the fire garden. In today's video, we're going to be cleaning and decluttering the pigsty that was my room. I say was because I'm filming these little narrative clips about 2 weeks after the fact. One of the biggest reasons was at the time I didn't feel like talking, pretty much. I wanted to focus on just getting the room done, and I will still try to add as much personality to the video as possible. I'm using the KonMari method to declutter my room. Since I've already done clothing, I'm going to do the last sections of the KonMari method. So we're going to do books, we're going to do paper, and then I think komono is the other section. It means like miscellaneous stuff. I think I organized it in like smaller sections and just like miscellaneous. If I remember correctly, it's office supplies, electronics, toys, because I still own toys, and like the toys section has some miscellaneous stuff in it, and then craft supplies, and the final one for my sentimentals, it's stuffed animals. That part I remember being really difficult. Okay, the first section we're gonna conquer is books. Thinking back, I feel like I didn't have that many books, and then I reminded I actually like cleaned a whole bookshelf of books. So I did have a lot of books. I think my like major guilty pleasures was journals and I think sketchbooks. At least now, every time I'm feeling down or stressed, I like buying a new notebook to write in, and then I use it for like a week and then I don't touch it. So I made sure to like get rid of a lot of notebooks, and if you guys see me like tearing pages out of books, it means that I used it like for a week, so like a few pages, and then, you know, they're still in pretty great quality to donate, so I decided to go with that. So in this next part, I'm putting the books away. I decided to try to do it by category of like what types of books they were. I really like the way bookshelves look when it's all like color coordinated, like I kind of did with my closet. But that honestly isn't really viable because I don't remember, you know, what books are what color. So the top shelf I ended up going with like fiction, novels, and music. So I have a lot of sheet music. Then we got sketchbooks, notebooks, which actually didn't take up a whole shelf, which was really impressive. And then I think I put my Pokemon cards there too. So the next shelf is my manga and a few comics. I have more comics at my mother's house. And the bottom shelf was a mix of Pokemon guides and stuff. I do replay Pokemon games a lot, so I really like keeping the guidebook so I don't have to go like on Cerebi and then Bulbapedia, and like I love having the physical copy, especially since a lot of them have like checklists of items in different areas, so I kept most of them. I think I did get rid of a Pokemon I Spy book. Makes me sad, but that's okay. And then the other part of that shelf is language learning stuff, so I have my 2 English dictionaries, I have a Spanish-English dictionary, and I have some Japanese learning materials. I think I put my Japanese manga on the manga shelf though. Okay, next up is office supplies. And technically, with the KonMari method, you are supposed to do paper and then the komono, but a lot of my paper, I mean, I have some like letters that I procrastinated on opening, because I have executive functioning issues. But most of my paper has to do with flashcards and studying, and I felt like that was more of office supplies than it was like paper, since most of the things I do are online anyway. I didn't really have many papers lying around, so I decided to combine them. Similarly to the books and journals, I also like buying markers, and a lot of them weren't even in this house. They were at my mother's house, so I tried getting rid of as many markers as possible, but I still have, I think, a lot more than I need. So maybe in the future I'll declutter a little more who knows, but right now I'm kind of happy with my little hoard of highlighters. If you're liking this video so far, please remember to like it really helps me out. Subscribe to be a permanent member of the Fire Garden. If you're interested in getting notifications when I post, click that bell button, also really helps me out. I post on Tuesdays and Saturdays for video game school and lifestyle videos respectively. If you're interested in contacting me a little more directly, you should check out my Instagram, Twitter, and catch me on Twitch. I'm trying to stream at least once a week, so usually on Wednesdays, but because I'm a student, it's a little inconsistent. I do love it when people drop in though, so please do. Okay, so the next part, electronics. It was actually a lot easier, I would say, than the other sections. Not only because I was getting used to the KonMari method, but also because it was like really straightforward. I looked at it less on the, does this spark joy, and more of, have I touched this thing in a year? So I got rid of a lot of DS games. I technically still have them. Wait. Yeah. Here. I technically still have them in this box. I'm waiting for me to move out of this house and to a place where I can go to GameStop and sell them, basically, but I got rid of them. And then any other electronic stuff, so I had a bunch of wires from getting my monitors. They came with a bunch of HDMI, but I needed DisplayPort, so I got rid of those HDMI cables because I already have so many of them. But yeah, it was like really straightforward. The only, I guess, hard part is I had a lot of CDs that were from my late grandfather, and we were really close, and that was like a little hard to get rid of, but I did keep some of the CDs that I still do listen to. I was actually really surprised with how well the stuff fit in these drawers. I think the main issue I was having before is I was just kind of hoarding CDs in their cases, and that was taking up a lot of space. But because I have a CD holder thingy, like a booklet, I don't know what to call it. I basically got rid of all of the hard cases for the CDs and just put them all into that, and then that thing fits nicely in a drawer, and that saved up like 2 drawers. The next section is like toys and like miscellaneous stuff. I know it's kind of weird to have a miscellaneous section in the miscellaneous section, but I mean, toys is pretty straightforward. Pokemon cards, which I will never get rid of. I had some like keychains and stuff that I guess I counted as toys. I have Lego sets. I'm trying to think what other toys I had because I got rid of a lot of them. Some of the miscellaneous stuff is like my workout stuff, and I will be filming a workout video eventually. There are a few toys this didn't include. I have a lot of perler beads, and I am going to incorporate those into my stream once I have affiliate status. And they're technically toys, but I count them under craft supplies. I'm really sentimental about stuffed animals. I remember I literally start crying and like thank God for the time lapse, but when we get to the stuffed animal part, I'm like literally bawling. So like maybe you guys can like pause it and see when I start crying, but yeah, it's rough. So enjoy the toys for now and know that's what you're gonna get soon. I'm so sorry about this next shot. I didn't angle the camera correctly. This is basically me just like putting all the miscellaneous stuff away. It's hard to angle a camera when you're putting stuff away in the entire room, but I'm like hoping you guys can see the difference on the floor in the next shot. So this is definitely the most difficult section. I can't even talk about it. I can't even English, okay? These are my stuffed animals, and there's a lot there are a lot of stuffed animals, and I want to tell you that these are not all of the stuffed animals I own. There's some in my mother's house. There are some still in the attic. I know they're up there. Honestly, I didn't want to look for them. So like I got one bin full of stuffed animals down from the attic. I know there's another one. Like I know, because some of the stuffed animals that were in the first bin are actually parts of sets, and I know there are more of them. So this part was also really hard, besides, you know, the crying, because Pascal was really playful, and he kept taking stuffed animals and then flinging them across the room. And I finally gave him a penguin to play with, and he was like distracted with that. But like, he got in my way a lot, and I'm like, I'm crying, I don't need this right now, Pascal, can you just behave? And of course he wouldn't. I am moving out of this house in around May. I'm getting my own place, and when that happens, I'm gonna do a second declutter video of like, okay, that was my first shot of doing minimalism. This is gonna be my second shot. Okay, so ready for the last part of the video before the big reveal. So this part is basically just me cleaning my room, because I don't know if you can tell in like my last few videos if you're a returnee to the fire garden, but my room's disgusting, and it's mostly because our vacuums like don't work, and also because I'm busy and I don't have time to clean. So I did a whole like change my bed sheets, which was really hard because Pascal was on the bed, but I did end up cleaning a good portion of it. My original plan was to like completely clean my room, like move almost everything out and then clean it and then put everything back in, but I don't have time for that. So we just did a decent job. In this next part, you can like see how dirty the floor is. Okay, so the final part of the video is what I assume y'all have been waiting for. It's the before and afters. I do have to apologize. I don't have great befores, just because the befores I'm using are from my first video, which is the Pokemon organizing video, and since it was my first video, my camera skills sucked. A bad word, sucked butt. Right, that's what I'm gonna say. I shouldn't curse on YouTube, right? Right. So I don't actually have shots of every part of my room. So I'm trying, but you can appreciate the after pictures anyway. So enjoy. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, click that like button, subscribe, you know the whole drill. If you haven't gotten the chance, I'm going to put the closet declutter video on the end card. So check it out if you haven't, or if you have, watch it again. It's the same quality content, right? Anyway, I will see you guys on Tuesday.